This is a call to action. This isn't a video where I just want you to leave a comment or like it. This is a video where I'm asking you to take action.
Welcome on another episode, family. Thank you so much for tuning in. And if you are joining for the very first time, thank you as well for being here today. In this episode, I want to show you guys another infuriating video. And I'm so sorry, guys. I don't even mean to get you guys infuriated. But to be honest, this I think is now becoming too common, or maybe these people are now getting too comfortable. There is another video of another black woman in labor that is literally being sent out of the hospital, even though she was telling them that something is not right, that the baby is about to come. They did not attend to this woman. Not only did they not attend to this woman who was in active labor, they told them to leave the hospital. This woman gave birth just 8 minutes after they left the hospital. This is even going more viral, especially because 2 days ago we were still talking about yet another black woman. Just check this out.
Yes, it's about my uterus.
My daughter's in active labor, and this is a Franciscan Crown Point being put out in active labor. My daughter's being kicked out of this hospital and she's in active labor. I want you to imagine for a minute that this is you or your sister. How would you respond? I don't have to imagine, because this is my sister. This is my sister-in-law, my brother's wife, my family. She went to Franciscan Health in Crown Point, Indiana. She was told by the nurse that her labor wasn't progressing fast enough and that she was only 3 centimeters dilated. Despite, for hours, her contractions going from 4 minutes to 1 minute. They wouldn't know that though, because they did not put her to, they didn't attach her to a monitor. She was not attached. She was never hooked up to any monitors. She never saw a doctor. She was discharged and told to go home. 8 minutes later, my brother, as he was driving to another hospital because he knew his wife was in labor, had to, with one hand, drive, and the other hand, he yanked her clothes off, her pants, and looked down and saw that my niece was coming. He saw her head. He had to deliver his child with his hands. As he was driving on the side of the road, he had to pull over, deliver the baby as the car was still running, placed my niece on Mercedes, my sister-in-law, on her chest, wrapped her in a blanket, and drove to Munster Community, where they are now. For those of you that think that this is not real, you can see the umbilical cord in this photo that I've attached. That's still attached to the baby. That's what that blue thing is. They arrived at Munster Community at 6:53 after delivering the baby at 6:28. If you believe that women have a right to be heard and listened to, if you believe that black women have a right to be treated with dignity, if you believe that a mother should not have to deliver her baby on the side of the road, please help me get justice for my family. Share this. Tag somebody. I'm not letting this go ignored. I'm not. And you shouldn't either. If this happens to my family, this can happen to your family. Thank you.
8 minutes later at 6:28, she gave birth in her husband's truck on the side of the road and had to drive 30 minutes further down the road to a different hospital. It's no secret at this point that hospitals are to black women what police are to black men, which is deadly. Now, I saw one woman in the comments who was a former Indiana nurse who said that because Mercedes was in active labor for 5 hours and had not progressed past 3 centimeters, that is the reason why she was discharged from the hospital. But my question is, why hadn't they also kept track of her contractions? Because labor isn't only measured by how far your cervix is dilated. It's also dependent upon how close your contractions are. And for her to have that baby 8 minutes after she was put out, her contractions could not have been that far apart. So they dropped the ball on that one. There's no way that they were keeping up with her contractions. Black women, I need y'all to bring healthcare back into the community. Go back to birthing at birthing centers or at home with a midwife and a doula. If you just 1000% are die hard for a hospital, if you're going to have a hospital birth, hire you a black doula. Get out of these white towns with these white hospitals that are full of nothing but white staff and go somewhere where you will be taken care of, or more likely to be taken care of. I used to live in a white town called Abilene. Very, very white. It's in Texas, not too far from Dallas. But the care that I received there versus the care that I received back home in Memphis, Tennessee at Choices Birthing Center with nothing but black doulas and midwives, the difference in the care that I received was substantially different, that it should be fucking illegal. The first time I was even asked how my diet was or how I eat on the daily while I'm pregnant was at Choices, and I was already like 7 months pregnant when I switched my care to midwives. My OB never asked me how much did I eat, what did I eat, how much water am I drinking. Never asked me any of that. I just laid back on the table, was in there for 15 minutes, and was back home already. I was much more taken care of in the hands of black women, and it was felt, the energy was felt. I felt like I was at home. I wasn't uptight. It was nothing of the sort. And I want black women to bring that back. I want black women to bring birth back into its sacred world, how we used to hold it sacred and dear to us. I want black women to be cared for by black women again. Y'all need to stop looking at people crazy who choose home or birth center births over hospital births. And y'all like, what if something goes wrong? What if this? What if that? They are highly trained medical professionals, just like an OBGYN. And if there is anything that they cannot handle, you will be transferred to a hospital ahead of time. Stop looking at these women crazy for choosing to keep their placentas attached until they fall off themselves, during their herbal baths with their placentas, or turning their placenta into pills and taking them after birth. Stop looking at them crazy for doing all this stuff and do your research and see why they're doing it. And then you'll understand that we have been doing this in our culture for ages, but we have been taken so far away from our culture, it makes no sense. Black people need to start back educating themselves, and black women need to start back educating themselves around the topic of birth. Get you a midwife, get you a doula. If you do not want to birth at home or at a birthing center, birth at a hospital, but still hire you a black doula.
So Crown Point Hospital, you want to be famous for turning away an African-American mother in active labor? What in the world is going on with these medical facilities? This is why our ancestors have always been hesitant to go to the hospitals, because they are showing their complete a-hole. This is why people of color do not like going to the hospital, because medical discrimination is sadly still with us. I have been medically discriminated against when I had a stroke. Like, I don't understand. It is absolutely ridiculous that people of color have to second guess if they are going to go to a medical facility, because they don't know if they're going to be assisted. They don't know if they're going to be discriminated against. They don't know if they're going to get the bare minimum care, no matter if you have insurance or don't have insurance, because sometimes they just say, oh, it's nothing, just for the bill to go up. But no, this is absolutely unacceptable. You're supposed to be in the medical field. You're supposed to be someone of care. You're supposed to be someone that brings comfort. But this is absolutely ridiculous that this is the second woman of color that has had to be wheeled out of a hospital or felt like they were less than, where they are trying to give life to a person.
Of course, we know that racism in healthcare and all across the board is real. There was a video that went viral of a woman that was in labor, and the nurse was completely ignoring her, just taking her information down and just basically trying to get some minor information out of her when she's in a major situation. That nurse has since been fired. But now there's another situation that is populated that happened, I think, yesterday, and it happened in Crown Point, Indiana, at a hospital called Franciscan Health. Another black woman who was in active labor was put out of the hospital hospital because I saw somebody say that she read in the comments that the woman had been in a hospital, or a nurse explained that if you're in a hospital for a certain amount of time and you've only dilated for so long or so much, they will go ahead and put you out. That woman gave birth 8 minutes later. So I think it said that she had only dilated 3 centimeters in 5 hours. And that's the justification that they gave for putting her out. I think this helps us to understand why Black mortality rates are so low in the hospital. It's not just that Black people are dying because they're health. It's because a lot of times they're not taken care of. That's why I'm so grateful for technology today. We can record stuff that's been happening for years. All the same, I hate that it happened, but those 2 women are about to get a big payout because what the devil meant for evil, God will turn around for your good. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention, she gave birth 8 minutes later on the side of the road. Her husband had to deliver that baby. They end up going to a different hospital. But it is to say, take out them phones and start recording this stuff. To our white brothers and sisters, be sure to advocate as well. Because we know it's nothing but demonized people. The Bible tells us that the war is not against flesh and blood, but against powers and principalities and the rulers of this dark world and spiritual wickedness in high places. The enemy wants us to see race, and yes, that is a driving force, so that's the thing that people use, but at the end of it all, there are spirits behind those actions. But thankfully, both of those women are safe, along with their children, of course, and they are about to get paid. And I'm talking about anybody get paid well.
I really feel sorry for this woman because even in the midst of all of that, she was still very calm. Like, she's still very, very much calm. And when she was cleaning her tears, I actually felt so sorry for her. Thank God that she is okay and the baby is okay. But this should be considered an attempted murder. I'm just saying. Like, and I want to hear what you guys think. Because the fact that this is even happening back to back is crazy. And when women talk about the things that they go through in healthcare, they make it seem like these people are lying. They make it seem like women are saying it because they want attention. They will call them any name under the head. Speaking up and being a voice for themselves. That woman could not do anything. She was just breathing through the contractions and hoping that something is done in the moment. Imagine constantly telling people who are supposed to care about you that you're in pain. Like, you feel like something is not okay. Like, you feel like this child is coming and they keep telling you that you're 3 centimeters dilated. The centimeter that was never even confirmed to begin with. Because if they confirm that, I'm sure they will see that the baby is coming. I'm sure they will have said something like, oh, you're now 8 centimeters dilated. They do not even want her there because that's the only reason why a bed isn't assigned to her. If you guys listen to the person talking in the background of the video, if you guys listen to the story from the sister-in-law, she was talking about how she wasn't even given any bed. Like, this is so sad. So freaking sad and infuriating. Like, it's even more infuriating at this point because at the rate that it is happening, now it is too much and people are calling to get justice for this woman. She deserves to get justice. Let me know what you guys think. If you have seen this clip, please let me know what you think in the comment section. How on earth should this be acceptable? How on earth do you deal with a facility that allow this, like, on your loved ones? How on earth would these people justify the way they treated this woman? Like, I just want to hear, like, what will they say? Like, oh, we are sorry, we don't know. But they never checked. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section, and I am going to see you guys in the next episode.